We ready for this? Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to the Read broadcast of Old Man Listens to Radiohead, King of Limbs. We did this originally live on Thursday and had a big old party. Man, there were like 600 of us together watching this, listening to it live, and chilling out. It was an absolutely great time. Unfortunately, YouTube took it down due to copyright, so I rebroadcast it in a different way, okay? So if you guys want to follow along, get your Spotfy ready and get your The King of Limbs ready, okay? I have put up the entire video, but I muted out, okay? So the video is all there, but I muted out the music part. So what you need to do is just kind of like click on your music and try to time it as well as possible so that we can have the experience together. This was a blast. This was a lot of fun. And I look forward to doing it again. Okay, what you'll see is the original video go up, and then this video here, I will be live on the top right-hand corner of your screen. Okay, whereas the video will take up most of the screen. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I wonder if how many concurrent viewers we're going to have now. We got 60, so that's 10% of the 600 that we had before. If you like this kind of thing, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. We will be here tonight as well for our nightly VJ Pirate Radio broadcasts. I'm going to stop talking now because I do a lot of talking on the other one already, so why don't we just let her rip? If you hear that there's a problem with the sound or anything, please point it out, and we'll take care of it. Enjoy yourselves, folks. Get yourself a drink, let's chill, and have a Radiohead party. And I'm going to chill out. We're going to do a blow-by-blow, which is to say that I'll look at every song, okay? It should be mentioned that, in my opinion, it's not the right way to listen to an album. The right way to listen to an album is to listen to it all the way through the first time. No interruptions, and really just put that time aside. Get a drink, get comfortable, get your head straight, and absorb that music as the complete piece of art that it's supposed to be. That said, this is not something that is possible on YouTube, okay, and it kind of defeats the purpose. So in other words, the entire format here is Old Man Reacts to. There's the reaction, right? And copyright takes this shit down. So I have to interrupt it in order for it to stay up, even during the live thing, because even the live stream would be taken down because copyright laws are what they are right now. Okay? But, I mean, it's my hope that this will stay up beyond this broadcast. My experience has been out of the seven Radiohead records that I've done, only OK Computer stayed up. The rest of them, you'll notice, if you look for them, there's no music. The music had to be removed. So what I'm saying is expect for this stream to go down as soon as it's over. Pretty much, let's say, within the first hour, I would expect, if experience shows me anything, I would expect that this stream will be blocked by copyright. So listen to it live or don't listen to it, kind of thing. Let me make sure I got the right side. Here, first thing I should say is that for those vinyl heads, I see a pretty good slab of vinyl. Okay, so that's to say that it seems very well pressed. I don't see any markings or anything like this. It's 140 gram. It's nothing heavy, you know, but that's fine. You don't need 180 gram. You don't need any of that. Okay, I find that, yeah, this should be good. The album jacket itself is kind of just regular old jacket. Does it have a printed sleeve? It's got a printed sleeve. Root of Roots, Ragnarok. If one of the songs is called Ragnarok, I want to hear what Ragnarok sounds like. I guess I'll look at the liner notes and all of that a bit later. We got to give ourselves something to talk about, right? But yeah, I already enjoy the titles. And for those of you that are telling me that it's an album made entirely of loops, I'm going to love it. In that case, like, my feeling about that is that I love electronic music. I love loops. I dig this stuff greatly. Okay. Okay. For those of you who asked for a total recap of previous records, real quick, Pablo Honey, don't like it at all. Never need to listen to it again. I used to like the song. What's that fuck? Creep. After I listened to it within the album, I realized that I never need to listen to it again. Not my thing. The bends. I see a progression. Like the first record sounded completely derivative to me. The bends. Progression, not enough progression for me. Not for me. OK Computer, it's a different band. Different band altogether. Vocal presentation's different, production's different, guitar's different, everything. There's layers. All of a sudden it becomes a different thing. There I start getting it. Kid A, to me, my favorite record out of the group, for sure. What's the one after that? Whatever the one after that is. Sorry, I don't know the names too well. Not for me. The one after that is whatever. It's meh. Take it or leave it. For me. For me. Okay? I'm not making any value judgment on the art, but for me, it didn't catch me. So much so that I don't remember the name, right? Amnesiac. That's the one. In Rainbows, I found Rainbows to be very good, and I like the electronic aspect. So I like electronic Radiohead a lot, and I didn't know that Radiohead went way electronic like that. So that was a revelation and a positive one. So there we go. And now we're at, Hail to the Thief. Hail to the Thief was, okay, again, I forgot it, right? So I should tell you something. Yeah. Basically, my takeaway when it comes to the entire things is never again for Pablo Honey. Pablocito? Pablo? Pablocito. Come to Florida. Are you washing your ass? Pablo. Pablo! Come to Florida. Pablo? Honey? Are you washing your ass? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my favorite part of Pablo Honey. The album itself, never again. All right. Let's start here,
Pablo?
okay? Anything I should know about the
Pablo?
first song?
Chantal.
Bloom. Is there anything that I should know about Bloom? Because that's where we're starting. By the way, when did this come out? 2011. Were there any singles? Okay, are there any singles I should be paying attention to? I'm going to play it just chronologically. I'm just going to play it through with, like, in the middle of the songs. You know, I'm just going to do all this. All right, so it was featured on a documentary. It's about the ocean. All right. Bloom was a video. Okay. No, I'm not going to react to videos. I'm going to listen to the music, all right? So why don't we drop the needle? Again, thanks to all of you for hanging out. I'm looking really forward to interacting with you and just enjoying this experience. Keep it positive or get thrown out. Your choice. Okay, already I can see that the conversation's moving fast, so I'm going to change the delay to 15 seconds so that we can slow down the conversation and enjoy it a little bit more. All right, so let's strap in here. We're listening to Bloom. Old man listens to Radiohead, King of Limbs, Song 1, Side 1. Let's do this. Pablo? Play. Hey, so it's supposed to be muted. The entire idea here is that you're supposed to play it yourself, and the music is muted now. You follow what I'm saying? I did explain it. You guys are muggons. You didn't catch it. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to turn it on Spotify, and you listen to it there at the same time. You're a muggon. I explained it. Muggon. 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 Mohan. 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 Pablo! Pablo honey, 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 Pablo. Hi! 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 Que could say. Hello. Okay, so those of you who are asking, yeah, you're hearing the show in mono. I'm not really sure why. There's some kind of deal with the software. We put in a new board, a new soundboard. The equipment's all different, so we haven't figured out the mono stereo thing yet, but we've been working on it a few days. It's going to happen eventually, you know? Okay. I mean, I listen to a lot of electronic music. I like experimental electronic music going back to the very, very beginning of the early Moog stuff. Like, I mean, that's the stuff probably that interests me most, to modern. And okay, it sounds kind of facile. The drums looping and stuff like that, it's kind of like just one loop. And when it comes to electronic music especially, it's just, if you're taking the same thing, then there's no variation to it. Sometimes that's a good thing, but when it's done by a human being, it's a lot more effective. Which isn't, I'm not arguing, I'm not advocating for adding human drums or anything like that. I take the art and I am listening to it in stereo. I'm listening to it on my own headphones in stereo, bro. The minute somebody fucking calls me bro, I know he's a fucking idiot. Gone. The electronic part, the production, the electronic part of stuff, of the entire thing sounds I don't know, facile. I mean, maybe they want it that way, but I can't say that it caught me. As far as electronic music goes, then it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? That's my feeling, at least. It's good. I mean, you dig it. I'm glad. Manuel Atis says it could be argued as an artistic choice. Yes, correct. It could be argued as an artistic choice, which is why I'm kind of taking it and listening to it as is. Okay? But the deal is that I find the music... I find... I don't know. It's not getting me. It's not catching me too much. You know what I'm saying? Seems to be one of the better songs or something. I'm not really sure. But if it's an artistic choice, that's fine. Then it's an artistic choice. I mean, if it's an artistic choice, it's great. Look, if you enjoy a piece of music, you should never let anybody tell you that it's no fucking good. You understand? Nobody. If you like it, you like it. Period. That's the right answer. If it's an artistic choice, it didn't grab me as an artistic choice. It didn't like for me. It just didn't catch me. I mean, even his voice, Tom, is just you listen to it and just sounds like it's got this kind of subtle effect on it. It's like, yeah. Anyway, you like it. That's what's important. Thing is that you know, we have the conversation through here. Okay, bro, keep listening, bro. I'm getting a lot of comments that are saying that it's a grower. So it's the kind of album you need to listen to more than once. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's the case for the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's just, I get it. I get the idea of growing, but there's not enough there in order for me to be interested. You don't have to worry about the Radiohead fans. The Radiohead fans, I'm fucking blocking them as fast as I can block them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the next song. I'm going to slow the comments down some more so it makes it easier for me to catch the douchebags. But what's cool, you know what it is? Like I said, it's only about 1 out of 10. So don't you think it's a good thing that we kind of leave the room open so that everybody else can just have fun and chill out? You know what I'm saying? All right, what's the next song here? Morning, Mr. Magpie. Is there any Beatles reference here? For some reason, just the title, Morning, Mr. Magpie, made me think of Beatles. Sitting on a cornflake, you know? It's interesting. All right, let's check it out. Jesus Fernandez, you like the album because you like the album, because it's your opinion. It's not an opinion. It's just you like the album. That's not an opinion. You just like it. You know what I'm saying? And you're allowed, man. They're referencing the bird. Okay, yeah, but that's what I mean. It's kind of like the Beatles reference birds too. But I'm just wondering if there's any direct meaning or if there's any direct reference to the Beatles themselves. Any case, we're going to listen to it, okay? So what the hell is the name of this song here? Let me take a look. Morning, Mr. Magpie. Okay, so Richie Starzek is already giving me something that, I mean, I'm going to take into consideration, but I'll listen. He says the first half of King of Limbs is very repetitive. The second half is more expansive sonically. I'll keep that in mind. It's like, yeah, the first song, that repetition was there, and it's just, yeah, it didn't do it for me. All right. So, morning, Mr. Magpie. Thanks for tuning in. I'm happy to be with all of you. And, yeah, it is a unique experience, right? To be able to listen to this all over again with somebody who's literally never listened to it before and just chilling out, have a drink, smoke a joint. Let's have some fun. Thanks for keeping it positive, man. All right. A few, I'm going to stop it there. I'm assuming that just kind of goes into the next one. A few of you were referencing can, and I see that. Yeah, I see that. I see that kind of repetition and stuff like that. Somebody kind of like mentions the Fela vibe, just keeping the same beat and all that. I certainly hear that as well. But I don't know. It all seems pretty just like there's more layers than the first song, that's for sure. But it all kind of feels like it's patched on, like you can see the seams. Okay, and when you're talking about music, when it's just see, you're talking about Jackie Leapseat, for example, right? I understand where you're going with a comment like talking about Jackie Leapseat, but I don't know. The repetition kind of put you in a little bit of a trance when it came to Can. That's kind of what works. One of the things I think that doesn't work for me right away is that I'm not sure if you're trying to put somebody in a trance, sometimes vocals can kind of cut that mood pretty quickly. So it's almost like I wish that they would have used Tom's voice as an instrument and his vocalizations and stuff like that rather than using words. It's something like it feels like the words aren't doing it for me, and the elements just feel like too separate. It doesn't feel like a whole somehow. It's not catching me. It's not catching me. I listen to a lot of electronic music, and I kind of like, I think I know what I go for when I listen to krautrock and when I listen to trance and when I listen to all that stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It feels paint by numbers. I mean, I know some of you won't agree, and that's fine. I absolutely respect anybody that says that this is an album that you need to listen to. You know, multiple listens always reveals more. You know, always. And it's not repetitiveness that I dislike. I really do like repetitiveness. As a matter of fact, some of the best some of the best music is super repetitive. You think of some of the best funk jams. They go on 15, 20 minutes. What is it that makes it? The bassist and the drummer are fucking on. And they keep the groove the entire time. So that's certainly not something that'll ever turn me off. Okay, On the Corner, Miles Davis, you know, which is a record that a lot of people didn't like. Okay? But, I don't know. There's a certain cohesiveness that's just, it feels like pieces. There's a certain cohesiveness that's not getting me. Okay? And can I explain why? Listen, I think music gets you or it doesn't get you. You feel it or you don't. And at this point, I can't say that I'm feeling a whole lot when it comes to this. I'm trying to find your name. There's somebody, Barb's Music Zone, you know, talks about having broken up with her girlfriend and this is making her feel good. Barb, that's why we're here. Okay, so I'm glad that this makes you feel good, and I'm glad that you're able to enjoy community. Music heals, man. And if you're a Radiohead fan, then that music absolutely heals. So I'm glad that that we can give you that. Okay. Another comment that I'm seeing repeated many times is that the live version is really the way to go. See, that's something that I have no trouble at all understanding or like envisioning, right? Because electronic music, if you take the same thing, you put it in a room and it starts bouncing off the sounds, okay? It starts bouncing off walls and it starts reverbing. Number one. Number two, you can add other elements. Number three, you can stretch the song out so that the repetitiveness hits what funk players call the one. The one. The one is just, that's the fucking beat. But the thing is that the beat needs to keep going in order for that trance to begin happening. And that trance for me, singing over that, breaks that trance for me. Does that make any sense? So when it is that you're talking about listening to it live, yeah, I can imagine this probably being in a club and them kind of experimenting with it. But as far as electronic, what it is that I'm hearing, look, I got to tell you, I'm not, it's pretty meh. It's okay. I don't mean that as any insult. I don't mean that as anything. As a matter of fact, if anything, I'm telling you, like the record for what it is. And it's just, if you like it, that's what matters. That's absolutely what matters. Nothing is more important than how you feel about a piece of music. You know, on the other hand, I can't put it on either, right? So I can't act like any of this has excited me yet. It hasn't. Like, okay. So many of you are talking about the second side. Okay, I'm already looking forward to the second side. The last half sounds like it's a whole lot better. You know, Hello says, please try to listen to the album over and over again so you get it. Look, the answer to that is that's probably not going to happen. It's not because I'm closed-minded about it. It's because I got 6,000 other records and I'm curious about so much music that so far what I've heard, these first two songs don't make me want to go any further. Not with this style. So for me, this is not something I would buy, for example. Okay? For me. But everyone's got a different thing, you know? If I listen to a record 100 times and a record is an hour long, it means I gotta spend 100 hours with one record. And my question is, why should I spend 100 hours with one record when I got another 6,000 here? You know, there's got to be a hook. There's got to be a hook. And that hook right now, I have not heard it. I didn't know Radiohead before any of this, okay? So this is the first thing, this is the absolute first time that I listened to this record. Simple. All right? Part 2 is the hook, okay, good. I'm glad that you tell me. You guys know I'm going to listen to the whole thing. So, for me, you see, this is the fun part. You guys are informing me. You guys are sharing your experience with me. I love it. And I'm trying as much as possible to share my experience and relay my experience in a matter that doesn't remove or invalidate what you like. What you like is what you like. We're here to talk about it. We're not here to argue about it. Tell me what you like. I want to know. I mean, I'm obviously doing this. Song number 3, Little by Little. All right. Don't know anything about it. I'm assuming it's not a single. I guess we're going to find out. I've already seen a bunch of you talk about Feral. Little by Little, eh? Little by Little. Who is that song? Michael McDonald. Who sings that? Little by Little. Old people. Just by saying that, you're going to know. Okay? All right. So, why don't we listen to Little by Little? And I got my little vape pen here that'll keep me happy. I got a cup of coffee. Let's enjoy it. Pablo? 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 Come to Florida. Come to Florida. All right. Okay. First of all, you hear it in mono. I hear it in stereo. What you hear is mono because of software, but I hear stereo through my headset. I hear stereo through my speaker monitors, so I do hear everything. I liked that one better. Out of the 3 songs I've heard up to now, that's probably my favorite one. It sounds more like a kind of regular, just a song where the loops and, you know, the beats and everything just sound more like instruments. I don't know. Somehow the first 2 songs I was listening, I was kind of like expecting a bit of a continuity. You know, again, trying to get to that trance thing where it feels like the structure of this feels a lot more just like a song, and the electronics kind of were elements of that song, and I liked it. Somehow it had a little bit more tension. I like the drums. Okay, Aphex Twin, I would not call it. Aphex Twin just fucking dials you in to a certain sound. You know, yeah, the loops are live instruments. Yeah, sure, okay. You know, run through effects or something like that. I completely get it. Yeah, I dug it. I mean, I listened to those drums and it's like, the first thing that comes to mind, though, is, fuck, I wish I could make you hear world music by Goat. You guys want to hear drums? You guys want to really dance? You guys really want to fucking get taken to the moon on drums and tribalism and that kind of stuff? Listen to fucking Goat's drumming. Listen to Goat world music, and it's another level. It's just, so, you know, the Can vibes, I feel less on this, okay? So, but I dig it. I mean, I liked it, right? It's been mentioned many times, the From the Basement version. I don't know what that is, but I've heard it mentioned many, many times. Look, man, I'm going with the albums, you know? Yeah, you see, it's like Tom started getting influenced by Boards of Canada. It's like, it's not Boards of Canada. Like, I don't listen to this. I would not listen to this for the same reason that I listen to Boards of Canada or Aphex Twin or Attacker or any of those artists. So, yeah, From the Basement are awesome live sessions that they did. Okay, well, that's exactly it. I can imagine this being better in a live setting because there's the possibility of stretching out. There's a possibility of just laying down a vibe and just kind of like improvising over it. Look, all this is to say that I think this was my favorite song on the album so far. Feral, anything I should know about this? Yeah, Troppadelica, dude, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, look, I mean, I'd have to know what you mean by Troppadelica, but when I think about Troppadelica, that's certainly not what I think of. So, yeah. Anything I should know about Feral before I get started? It's an interesting listen. One of you already said something about Feral, and it's mostly just an instrumental jam. To me, immediately, that tells me, okay, this is probably one that, like, let me take a good fucking sip off the vape pen type of thing, and try to sit back and enjoy that. I think I like that. I certainly like the idea of instrumental electronic, seeing where it is. Okay. So why don't we give this a listen? Look, I definitely hear tribal drumming. I hear all of that stuff. I mean, certainly. Okay. Ambient track. I'm all about that shit. Let's give it a listen, why don't we? Okay, so Feral, this is the last song on side 1. Hope you're enjoying this up to now. I'm certainly enjoying your commentary and sharing this experience for the first time with you. Okay, thanks for tuning in. If you like the video, then give it a like. Subscribe to the channel, because more of these are coming. I'm going to do Old Man Listens to Alanis Morissette tomorrow, for example. So Alanis Morissette's new album comes out tomorrow. I've had it for a week and stuff, and I haven't listened to anything but the single because I want to listen to it for the first time live. So I'm going to be listening to this record for the first time tomorrow. If you know, for those of you that like that kind of thing, and we do have one more Radiohead thing, which is what's that last record? Moon-Shaped Pool. Yeah, Moon-Shaped Pool is coming in on Saturday, so at some point I'm going to close out the Radiohead discography and do Moon-Shaped Pool as well. All right, why don't we do this? We're going to listen to, what the hell's Feral. All right, let's check it out. Song side 1. interesting. I don't know how to say things. With respect to anybody that likes the record, you should like it. Yeah, this seems all too facile for me. I listen to a lot of electronic music, and this is pretty underwhelming. It's pretty underwhelming. This is, to me, sounds like, I'm playing around with sounds. It sounds basic. The electronic part, the entire thing sounds basic to me. Really basic. And I'm not trying to, look, I have great respect for music. I have great respect for all art. So I just know what I've listened to in the past. I know electronic music. I hang out with people who love this stuff, and we do it tons. As a matter of fact, those of you who pay attention to the regular show, okay, which is, the nightly shows. So those of you who are new here, in 5 hours, we do a nightly VJ Pirate radio session, right? I do something called Moran Concret, where I just kind of add a whole lot of electronics and do a lot of stuff over it. And it's basic, because I've never done this stuff before, but I know it's basic. It sounds pretty rudimentary to me. As a matter of fact, considering that this is a band with the stature that they have, I'm almost surprised that they would release a record like this. It feels half-baked. Fuck, man. How do you say... Yeah, look. Really. So far, not for me. Okay, so what? You know what? It's I'm wondering how Radiohead fans would feel about this record, what we've heard up to now, how they would feel if they heard this record and it was not done by Radiohead. Let's say that they heard this music, they had a chance to listen to this music for the first time without knowing that it was Radiohead somehow. Okay? I wonder. Because to me, I'm not sure that this, yeah. I mean, there's fans and they'll listen to everything, and I get that. I love it. I love that. Fans stick with the whole thing, and I completely understand the idea of following a band through every album, following their good periods, their bad periods. I mean, I've certainly done it, And I think about any band with a long discography, much longer than Radiohead. So I think, for example, of Neil Young, okay? Neil Young's career during the 80s, yeesh. Some people just absolutely stepped off. This Note's for You stepped off completely. Landing on Water stepped off completely. They listened to Trans. You know how many people I've heard say Trans is a bad record? I fucking love Trans. Trans is one of my favorite Neil Young records. Okay? So, I understand. I absolutely do understand any Radiohead fan or any fan of a band that just follows the trajectory because they're fans and they there's a story, there's a through line when you're invested in an artist that you love. So I get it. But for me, you have to understand I'm kind of an outsider, although I've listened to the first records and now I'm listening to this. Fuck, man. With respect, look, just with respect, this is boring. It's boring. It's not my, I don't know, it's just not my fucking thing. Not I love trends, dude. You listened to me wrong. I didn't say I love trends. I hate trends. I love Trans. Trans. Neil Young's album, Trans. His electronic record. All right? Record that caused a lot of division with his fan base. Some people, especially the rockers, right? Some people still trash that record. I think it's amazing. I've already flipped the record. I'm going to get to it when I'm done talking, if that's okay. I don't hate trans. I love trans. I absolutely love trans. Love it. All right. So where are we here? Everything that you guys are talking about when it comes to this record, it seems like this is really a tale of two. It's like a tale of two cities almost. That's really like, I mean, all of you. It's unanimous. It's unanimous how you guys are talking about like the first record. The first half is almost completely different than the second half. And I mean, I listen to that. I absolutely listen to what you guys are saying because it's like, okay. Cool. First half. Listen, for me, just it's not for me. It's not for me. It's kind of boring. But I'm super curious to hear what the second half is going to sound like, and everyone tells me it's going to be good. All right, let's give it a chance. Give the video a like if you like it. Share this. Did we hit 500 yet? We had 500 peak viewers. I mean, we're at 450 now. The most live viewers we've ever had was for the last Radiohead one. There were over 500 viewers, I think, when we did the broadcast of Kid A. That's been the most, like 500 fucking viewers at once. That was kind of cool. Of course, they took it down. But what are you going to do? I'm glad that you're able to catch the show live because this show will most probably get taken down by the copyright police once they catch it. That's not because of me. I love when they keep it up, and that really all depends on the artists themselves or the rights holders, the copyright holders to the songs. Okay? So, Billie Eilish, the 2 records, they're up. Subscribe to the channel. You want to see other old man videos? There's Billie Eilish up, both of them. The latest Lady Gaga is up. Taylor Swift's last one is up. I'm going to be getting a copy of the new one when it comes out on vinyl. You know? So there are albums that are up. There are artists that do get it. There's, I think, some White Stripes ones that I've done that have stayed up. There's even an Elton John one. But there's some records that just have not stayed up, and there's nothing I can do about that. So, why don't you watch it live while you can? And honestly, it makes it a lot more special when you watch this kind of thing live because look at what we're doing here. We're sharing. We're sharing. It's a moment in time. It's live radio. This is a live interaction while we listen to the music. That's what makes it special. It's better. It's always better when you're catching it live, you know. Do I ever stream music, Chrissy Ocean, when I'm in my car, when I'm outside swimming, when I'm hanging out with the family? But no, if I'm inside the house, I play records. That's just, I love the routine. I love the music. And I like, I don't know. I like the immediacy. I like just having a bond with the music that transcends just listening to it. So there's this entire routine that will always fascinate me about a record. There's a willingness to listen to it. You know, you drop the needle, you watch the record spin. It's yeah. As much as possible, that's the way it is that I prefer to listen to music. Okay? In the UK time, Paul Ingram, just so you know, the moon-shaped pool, whenever that happens, will happen at the same time that this started. So the old man videos start at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. UK time means it's 7 p.m. Okay, in your time, and 8 p.m. in a lot of Europe. So why don't we listen to Lotus Flower? I'm happy to be with all of you as we hit 480. Wow, are we going to finally crack 500? I'm wondering if we're going to reach our live record, 482. Pretty awesome. Share this with other Radiohead fans. I gotta say that I enjoy hanging with you. I do. Lotus Flower. Everyone seems hyped about this one, eh? It's fire. We're gonna find out. Well, I will. You guys know already. So I feel privileged to be hanging out with you. Thanks so much for doing it. And hey, give the show a like, okay? And subscribe to the channel if you dig it. Oh, Pablecito. Pablecito. okay, well, I mean, for myself, that's the best song on the album. I mean, it's not even close. That caught me. All the stuff that was missing in the first side, all of a sudden, it's like, I don't even get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, the first side is almost a shock to me. It's like, why are they fucking with electronic music? They've done it better on In Rainbows in terms of the electronic stuff, and it sounds so fucking basic. I don't get it. And then I hear this, and it's like, okay, this is what I was looking for on side one. Everything works. You see, when they use the beat, you notice that the beat it's the one. There's the same thing. There's a consistency from the beginning to the end that catches you. So when you're talking about dancing, that's what you're dancing to. You're dancing to the one. You grab the drum, you grab the bass, you stay there. And in this particular case, the vocals didn't bother. They didn't detract. They added. Think about how it is that he used his voice. He used it as an instrument. Even, it's like he's kind of like, he's going along. He's directing, but it doesn't kind of like interrupt. In the other songs, it felt like the lyrics were interrupting the vibe, and even the vibe just seemed so cut, Here, somehow all of a sudden everything feels baked. Properly done. Everything feels like, okay, there's a flow there. There's a throughway through the entire thing that somebody can hook onto, and then you add all the other elements. And even when you add the other elements, they don't detract from that bass that's keeping all of you dancing. They enhance and they add. Completely different feelings. So, yeah. I absolutely dig this song. That was good. Yuri says that I'm going to dig this next one as well. Okay. What are we listening to? A song called Codex. Am I getting it right? Okay. Diable says something interesting. It's the foundation for Tom York's solo work. All right. Interesting. I have, I think, 2 Tom York solo records. I have the one with the funny lines on it, and the soundtrack to Suspiria. Okay? Super curious about those 2. Okay? I'm wondering, should I be getting into the Tom York as well? Those are the 2 that I have. I forgot. What's the name of that album? Eraser? What the fuck's that? Eraser. That's the name of the record, right? Okay. Yeah, I don't have Anima. I don't have Anima, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm not listening to it right now, because it's like I want to do, if I'm going to do, I kind of want to do them all in order also, so there's a record missing there. And I'm going to be super curious about Suspiria, because I'm a long time of the original soundtrack. The original soundtrack was to a movie by Italian horror master Dario Argento, like a master. And this is one of his masterpiece movies. This is his most well-known movie for sure. And it's the soundtrack is done by a band called Goblin. And fucking Goblin is unbelievable. And within Goblin, the album Suspiria is very often considered the masterpiece of their catalog, along with Dawn of the Dead. Those are the 2 absolute masterpieces, but if you ask Goblin fans, a lot of them, everybody will talk about Suspiria immediately. Okay? So what I'm telling you is that if I had to suggest one Goblin record, just one Goblin record to you, I would suggest Suspiria to you. Okay? So that's what it is that I'm so curious about. Yeah, I got Tenebrae also. Okay? From Goblin. So that's what it is that's the hook there for me on that record. And I'm not sure it's even fair to go into a record like Tom York's Suspiria with the other one there with Goblin in mind. It's like it's not even fucking fair because it's an absolute fucking masterpiece. And I'm curious. It's like if I was an artist, I would not touch albums like that. It's just, they're too perfect. You know what I mean? So here we have Tom York who's going to do that. I'm absolutely curious to see what that would be like. All right. We're going to move on, aren't we? Codex. Anything I should know about Codex? I'm a bear, eh? Yeah, I've been called a bear before, dude. Pretty funny. Married. But, yeah, I get the whole fucking bear thing often. Pretty funny. Hey, man, one love for all of you. Every fucking one of you. All right? Be who you are and be amazing at it. Some of you are telling me that this is a slow burn. And we're going to slow things down. Okay, good. It's funny, as I'm doing all this, I'm thinking to myself, this is the point of the show. Like, I just felt it. I felt it. Okay? This is the part of the show where it's like, now I feel like I'm in the pocket. It's what I look for when I listen to a piece of music. Am I enjoying myself? And that song made me enjoy myself. The communication, all of a sudden, there's a little bit, there's a little bit more. I'm more involved in it now. Because it's like it caught me. I'm beginning to understand. I feel more connected to you. I feel like, now I'm getting them. Okay? Now I get it. The first side didn't do that for me. And I just noticed as I was just about to start playing this other song that I'm having a good time here. This is why I do this. So, look, this entire experience is very powerful for me. To me, it's extremely important listening to music. It's something I always want to feel excited about. It's something that I always have to be happy about. It's the most important thing in my life. Art is the most important thing in my life. It's taken me through shit. It's been my only friend very often, and it's been the most constant companion I've ever had in my life. And it doesn't judge, and sometimes it helps you handle and process emotions that are very fucking difficult. And sometimes words fail you anyway. You don't have the words. So the music conveys that feeling. And the reason that I insist on doing things only if they make me happy, or the reason it is that I insist on only doing, I won't do an album because it's going to make the video popular. I don't give a single fuck about that. I don't. What I care about is I care about feeling good. I care about music affecting me this way because that's more important than everything. That is absolutely more important than everything. All right? Music is my first fucking love. I love my wife. I love my kid. But music is my first love. It's the love I never broke up with. It's the love that's going to accompany me till the day that I die. I can't take a shortcut. I can't do a video because it's going to be popular. I gotta like it. I gotta want to do it. You understand? Because the minute you stop wanting to do it, it's a job. Is music supposed to be a fucking job? You can't ever lose sight of what it is. It's not a fucking product. Sure, okay, I understand that aspect of it. It's real. But behind that product, what are you selling? You're selling an experience. You're selling something connective. Something that brings 550 people here in community. Once you lose that magic, you've lost the fucking plot. You've lost the plot. And that's why I won't do albums just for the sake of it. That's why I don't care if the channel, I'm not looking for that. What it is that I'm looking for is I'm looking to share an experience with you. With you. I want to be here. I want to be now. I want to feel you. I want to feel what you feel about this music, and I want us to put all of that together in a big fucking ball, okay? And join in a sense of community. Don't be the fucking dickhead. Don't be that guy. That ball, we got this fucking big fucking love that we have here, this big love-in. Radiohead brought us together. Now fucking, it's like it's there. Feed from it. Your positive energy is what feeds this fucking thing. And to me, that's the powerful part of it. That's what I do this for. That's what it is that I do with music. The fact that I'm able to find other people that understand that is an extremely powerful thing. And that's why the live experience is very important. Okay? Look, I have deep appreciation for you. Really. I have fucking serious, deep appreciation for me, and what it is that this community has done is it has made the most important thing in my life better in some ways. It's amazing. So for that, my friends, I'm gonna love Radiohead for the rest of my life. As much as I talk about all the the shit part that comes with it and all the rest, but Radiohead, I can tell you for a fact, okay? And you've just heard me say the first part of this record really doesn't interest me, okay? But I can tell you that all of you here together, the way we are and this kind of thing, Radiohead is going to forever be one of the most important bands of my entire life. And you guys have made it that. What we're doing here is what made it that. It's a strong fucking feeling of community, and I feel the love. You follow what I'm saying? I get you. I feel connected. And I think especially with this kind of art, I think with this with the situations that we find ourselves in right now are extraordinary. And I think it's important to connect this way. So thanks for connecting with me. Right now you're making my life better. Thank you. And I love you for it. Yeah, that's wow, 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 wow. I went inside myself. And I found like one of the things that I try to do all the time is I try to kind of read the comments so that I can feel connected to you. But I played that, and immediately I think I'm going to play that song again if you don't mind. It was very interesting because the first side was purely analytical. The first song on the second side gave me a groove, put me in it. It put me in it. And then I listened to that and realized that I couldn't be with you. I needed to be with me. And the only way, like, I mean, it's important for me to communicate with you, but it's just, I needed to be with me. And at one point I was listening to it and realized how fucking hard things are right now. We're having the shit beat out of us right now. And it's important for people to come together. And those who don't have these types of communities, those that can't be around people that they love, it's important to feel connected to something that just is there. And I think that's why I do a show like this. I do shows, I do the evening shows because I want to be just at least, it doesn't matter if you're there every day, but it's the fact that I'm there every day. It's something cool, and I found myself just realizing just kind of like the pressure of the entire thing. I've gone, today will make 140 straight days that I've been doing this. I've gone on up to four times in one day. I did one show that lasted 12, what's it called? I've gone on for 12 out of 24 hours. In one case, 9 straight hours. And it's pulled me through. But I'm not I haven't lost the fact that I needed something to pull me through. That's why I did this whole thing. It's just like, what the fuck am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do with myself, And it's like, well, if I'm going to play music, then I need people. So why don't I play some music and hang out with people? And we can have some laughs. We can have some jokes and, I can play some requests. And it can be the glue that binds us together in what is otherwise, in a lot of cases, just a world of shit. I mean, 2020, who the fuck's gonna forget this? It's absolutely fucking insane what 2020 has thrown at us. I mean, I'm 50. I've never lived anything like this. I mean, listen, with respect, okay? I live in comfortable Canada here. With respect to any war-torn areas or that kind of thing, or areas where there is contention with real poverty, look, man, these are first world problems. I understand that. So I don't want to overstate anything. But in my comfortable Canada, living where it is that I live here, okay, as an average dude, I mean, in 50 years, I've never seen anything like this. It's just there's no fucking roadmap here. There's no fucking roadmap. None of us have anything under us. We're all fucking swimming, man. We're all trying to find new ways. We're trying to find footing somewhere, because we need it. And, yeah, I just want you to know that I know this, all right? I'm with you. That's why we do this. That's what this show's about. Much love to you in Vietnam. Much love. All right? I will not fail you. I said I'm going to be here for at least 150 straight shows. 150 straight shows is what it is that I'm going to do. I got only 10 to go. Tonight will be show number 140 in just over 4 hours. I'm going to play that song again. Can I? Probably going to be a messy cue, but and if you don't mind, I'm just going to I'm going to turn off. Just leave me with it, please. Yo, I'm going to play the first song. We're going to do this entire thing over again. Can I tell you the truth here? I'm trying to enjoy myself, but I got to rock a piss. I got to fucking take this crazy piss, and all I can think about is a bladder full of piss. I can't enjoy it like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start side 2 all the way from the beginning so I can go rock a piss, and then we'll do it over again. Sorry, man. Happy accidents. Subscribe to the channel, bitch. you got to queue up your own songs because of copyright. So queue it up and press play when it's time. Vinyl unboxing right after this. Huge box. Chantal. Chantal. Pablo. Pablo, honey. Are you washing your ass? Hello. All right. Just having a little fun. We heard it the first time, so might as well just hear it another way. You see? You see what I've done? Do you see what I've done? I've awakened the spirits of fucking Pablo and Chantal. Both of them. Where are you gonna get that? Anthony Fantoma won't do that shit for you. Just me. Me. Vinyl Junkies, baby. Gonzo Radio. You see? I come back all fucking refreshed. You can't do much in life. You can't accomplish much with a bladder full of piss. Sometimes you gotta rock that baby. You gotta go and you gotta relieve your life. So I had to rock a piss. What do you want me to tell you? It made me fucking think to myself, like, maybe I should have like a piss jug here, just in case. But even then, I'd have to get it off. I mean, I can't like just piss in front of you, because that's not appropriate. You realize, this is not appropriate behavior. Okay? Dude, I don't want to be Fantoma. I don't want to be that. I want to listen to music. People who like music. Hits happen. Sometimes you get hits and sometimes you don't. I'm good with it. Doesn't matter to me. I want to hang out with people who love music. That's what it's about. I want to fucking share with you. Love music. Community. Being good to each other. Yeah. That's what it's about. So what it's done is basically given me a chance to feel much more comfortable, to get high. So now I'm at peak high. And the best part about this, I think, is the fact that I'm listening to it for a second time. Because now I know that I don't want to pay attention to you guys. I know that I want to get lost in this shit. So I'm going to disappear and just lose myself in this. And if this was a virtual couch, the way it is that I'm fucking thinking is, just imagine this massive couch with, 538 people just fucking chilling the fuck out. Closing your eyes and just listening to that music. That's what we gotta do. That's what I gotta do right now. So, see you on the other side. Vinyl unboxing right after the show. Yeah, that was awesome. Like when the orchestration started coming in, yeah, that's my shit, man. That was pretty great. Yeah, that's the way I like to listen to music. Just I like getting inside. Yeah, those arrangements at the end, man, the piano flourishes, the strings, there was a bit of oboe at some point that added some bottom. That was incredible. That was great. Um, Certainly one of my favorite songs on the Radiohead catalog, actually for me, and like more so even than the first one that we just heard, or the first song on side two. That was the bomb, man. Am I correct to say that Johnny Greenwood is responsible for those orchestrations? The reason I ask is because I have some of his soundtracks. I have There Will Be Blood, and I forgot, I have another one. I have two soundtracks, and I'm hearing that. I'm hearing like the same sounds that I hear on the Johnny Greenwood soundtracks. So yeah, that's some high level shit there. I like that, man. That was thoughtfully presented. It was thoughtfully prepared. It was perfect, and it was just very, very subtle in a lot of ways. Very fucking sublime, like extremely present, but sublime as hell. It's one of those, walk quietly but carry a big stick. It's one of those things. Yeah, if you're telling me that it's inspired by Messiaen, that I completely understand. I'm a big fan of Olivier Messiaen. You see, that's kind of when you talk to me about like classical music, or when you talk to me about electronic music, that's kind of where it is, that the weird stuff starts for me. It starts in the contemporary classical world. It starts in early electronics and stuff, and I'm not stuck in that world at all, but I don't know, man. I don't understand why the first sight of this record sounds so half baked to my ears. It's like I don't get it. I mean, these two songs are great. Great. Anyway, I mean, we had to listen to them twice. That's not a bad thing, is it? I mean, look, we're in a room filled with Radiohead people. Can't be a bad thing. You're listening to one of your favorite bands. Can we play it again? Yeah, of course. The answer is always going to be, of course. So, I'm pretty happy that we're doing it, all right? Why don't we play the next one? The song is called Give Up the Ghost. Song 3 on side 2. Anything I should know about this one? Thank you for watching. Hey, give the show a like if you dig it. And I mean, if you don't dig it, then that's cool. Go fuck yourself. It's another sad one, right? Same vibe, a bit more upbeat, okay? Vocal looping, vocal melodies. Let's just jump into it. Steve, let's do exactly what I want to do, because you're in my living room and you're here to listen to my commentary. So I'm gonna do it exactly the way I want to. If that's okay. I mean, if it's okay with you. Is it okay, Steve? We're good? Ah, these fucking people. Jump into it. You go jump. If you want to hear it so bad, you know something? Can I tell you something? Listen to me. Go to Spotfy. Press it down right now. Boom. It goes on. All right. Johnny, you're my man. I caught that. What's the next song here? Give Up the Ghost, right? All right. Looking forward to listening to this. Greetings from Mexico. Greetings from Canada. Thank you all for being here. We're having a good time, man. I know I am. Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, incredible. Oh. See, that's what I mean by having that vibe, having that floor, setting it, and then adding layers to it. But basically, everything revolving around the one, everything revolving around that. And that's what they, like, same thing here, you know, it's just they set this kind of like soft, chill, meditative vibe, and everything around it that they add on top of it enhances, but does not distract from it. So, the wash of reverb, very nice. Very, very nice. Just adds another element. It adds a certain largesse to it without being overwhelming. I guess it's what some people would call an epicness, if you want to call it that. I dig it. I mean, again, listen, the reaction that I have with at the end of all of these songs is that, I mean, I can't believe that side one and side two are the same record. Was side one and side two recorded differently? Because it feels, Christ, it feels almost Jekyll and Hyde, you know? Side one are the muffins you throw away because they're like overcooked, or not they're overcooked, they're undercooked. And you took them out of the oven already, so they're kind of like you can't put them back in the oven. And side two are the fucking muffins that I go by. You know? So yeah. The muffins on side one, they're a little bit raw in the middle. Side two, that shit's cooked perfect. Everything's good. First song, that's the most lively one. That's when the muffin's nice and hot. It's got that fighting piping, and then eventually that hotness just kind of chills into this comfortable, warm, you know, like the warm muffin. Not so hot that it'll melt butter, but the butter has already been melted in, so now it's all fucking ready to eat. And that's what that's the last song 2, song 3. It's like, yeah, give me those muffins, baby. That's the delicious shit. Why did you feed me a pan of undercooked muffins on the first side? What's with those undercooked muffins on the first side? I don't get it. Ugh. All right, folks. We're here. Song, the last one, right? Undercooked Muffins. Radiohead's side one of King of Limbs sounds like undercooked muffins. All right? The next song is called Separator. And what it is that I'm getting here is that you guys are very excited about this. That's kind of cool to me. It's like, again, it's just, okay, so what you're telling me is that basically side 2 is really where it is that I should be digging in here, you know? Some people like undercooked muffins. It's true. You go eat that. You can have your muffins as undercooked as you want. No problem. You prefer going straight to the source and just eating straight out of the fucking flour bag? Eat all the flour that you want. That's as fucking raw as you're going to get. Go for it. No problem with me. I know where I like my muffins. I know how I like my muffins. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Mooney Real likes his stuff raw. Like, he doesn't salt his steak. He just fucking grabs the salt and he eats straight from the salt shaker. So this last song, what's this one called? Separator? I'm kind of happy that you guys are telling me that this is going to be good, because an entire good side of a record, to me, yeah. I like a full side. You know how it is, like, especially for for those of you who collect records, for sure, for those of you who collect vinyl, you know how it is that you have your records that, like, you listen to the classic sides. There's some sides of records that just, they sound perfect to you. You know? trying to find an example. Iron Maiden, but Iron Maiden, I like all of Number of the Beast. You know what I'm talking about with Perfect Sides. Somehow it's not coming, right? Um, what you're telling me is that I'm about to listen to a perfect side. So it's absolutely perfect. That's a good thing. And if I like this entire thing, then we're there, you know? Then I will say that I like the record. I was ready to say, this record's not for me. And all of a sudden, they cooked the muffins a little longer. And that's exactly the touch that was needed. So why don't we listen to it, okay? Separator. What's in the box? That was cool. Um, I had to take the headphones off because the drums were just a little too loud for me. It caused ear fatigue on my cans. I most certainly understand, those who talk about, the krautrock reference, the can reference. Yeah, no doubt. It's there. And I like it. As a matter of fact, if anything, to me, that entire drum sound stayed absolutely static throughout the entire song, and that's good. I dig that. But I found all the other stuff, I found all the other elements up to a certain point were being drowned out a little bit by the drums. So my experience of it is I put it on like I was listening to it through my headset here, through my cans, and I had to take them off because was just the drums were piercing too much, right? And then I take the cans off and I start listening to it, and I'm listening to the subtleties that are being added on. And I find myself wanting to listen to those subtleties, and the drum is still too loud. It is distracting my attention from being able to hear that. So, I mean, listen, I'm not, again, just for myself, right? I think what I like so much is those atmospheric elements. And I like going there, and I like the way it is that Radiohead mixes all of those elements in. And I like the fact, that they take you on a ride, and I absolutely understand the the keeping the same drum the entire period. I completely understand that. But to me, the drum distracted. And the drum is not, to me, the drum isn't supposed to distract. The drum is supposed to be the constant all the time. But what makes a song is not just that. What makes the song is all the elements that you add to it, all the layers. And I found those layers to be interesting. I found those layers to be intriguing, but I couldn't play it here. It was hurting. It was hurting my ears. And then when I took these off and tried to listen to it just on speakers, again, the other elements were too subtle, and I would have liked to catch them. So, yeah. Side one, not for me. Side two, very much for me. This was a good time. I very much enjoyed it. Now I can say that I know the King of Limbs. It seems like I got only one album left to go, right? King of Limbs? Is that the one? No, not King of Limbs. That's today. What the hell's the other one called? A Moon-Shaped Pool? All right. I don't know when Moon-Shaped Pool is coming, but I suspect it'll be here on Saturday. So sometime after Saturday. Okay, it'll probably be on a Friday. My favorite track, you're asking, eh? My favorite track was song 2 on side 2. So what song is that? Not Lotus Flower. Lotus Flower was my second favorite song. Codex. Codex to me was the sweet spot. I dug Codex. Like if I had to go to this record, that's what it is that I'm going, right? So when I listen to this kind of a show, when I listen to this kind of a thing and I listen to a record all the way through, as you know, a lot of you, I do other shows, right? So I do the evening shows, I do the VJ Pirate broadcasts. What I listen for is like, okay, which songs would fit where? And yeah, Codex, that's my shit, man. I dug it. And yeah, the first song also, Lotus Flower, absolutely sets the mood for the side. It's so strange to me that I just hear two completely different things from side 1 to side 2. It's like, I won't listen to side 1. I don't see myself listening to side 1 again. Side 2, on the other hand, yeah. Anyway, this is not supposed to distract or take away from your own experience, because your own experience is the most valuable one and it's the most important one. Enjoy it, man. I did. And it was really cool to be able to hang out with you. If you like the video, one more time, let's see if we can get to 300 thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Tomorrow, for those of you who are into Alanis Morissette, her new album is coming out, Such Pretty Forks in the Road. Okay, I am not allowed to play this until tomorrow. So tomorrow we will do this. And we can check it out. Okay? Thanks again for tuning in. It was a pleasure and an honor to share this space with you and enjoy it with Radiohead fans. It meant a lot to me. Okay, love you all. See you tonight. All right. Just give me a sec, okay? I got to get this organized. 1 second. Hello? That's it? Everything sound okay? I had to make a change here, so I just want to know if you guys can hear me okay. So what'd you think? How did the format work? You see, so for example, Midnight Toker is asking where you can find the link to the unmuted stream. On YouTube, you're not going to find the unmuted stream. However, if you're a podcaster, you can listen to the original unmuted stream on podcast. So just go to vinyljunkies.co and you can find that. If you can hear everything, okay, well, now's the time to do an unboxing. Picked up a big old box of records here, and well, you know that at 8 p.m., less than 4 hours from now, we're going to do all of this over again for day 142 of the virus broadcasts. Why don't I open up this box? It's like huge. Let's take a look. God damn, this thing's heavy. All right. So, where the fuck's the knife? Where's my knife? Porco Dio, we're gonna start like this. Oh, there it is. Just it's only right in front of me. Hello. Bye, Pauline. So what's in this box? This is a box that holds 25 records. Okay, it's a This is the these are the boxes that the record manufacturers send when everything's done. Okay, so let's see if there's any stuffing or if it's full all the way to the top. If it's full all the way to the top, that means that there's 25 records in here. So, and if it's not full to the top, then there's less. Let's take a look. What's in here? What do you think? Those of you that enjoy this kind of thing, I would like to invite you to become a patron. Okay, patron is basically a huge damn community. We do this every single day, and I will be on, like I said, in less than 4 hours, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. And, well, if you enjoyed this and you want to see shit get crazy sometimes with a whole lot of music and have a lot of laughs together, then you want to become a patron. Patreon.com/vinyljunkies. Holy smokes, how do I do this? Let me just hold on a sec. Wow, full all the way to the top. This is a combination of used and new, so let's see what we have. Oh, yes, it's heavy. Oh, let's see, what do we do? All right, let's start here. Have you given the video a like yet? Look at that. That's the fucking hardcore. The real ones are still here. They're not here only for Radiohead. They're here because they're music lovers. Can I tell you something? Watch what's coming here. If you want to see it tonight, it will be on display and available for your requestings. Oh boy. How many of you heard me go completely crazy talking about Bernie Worrell and his solo stuff and the Axiom label? This, friends, is an album called Axiom Funk. This has Bill Laswell on it. It's got, what's his name on it? Bernie Worrell on it, and it's heavy. This is like heavy-ass funk. Like heavy-ass funk. Like some of the heaviest that you're ever going to hear. That kind of heavy. You know, like Bernie Worrell's solo record that I sometimes play? It's that heavy. Number 2. Oh! A Japanese pressing of a Xenakis. Is Xenakis? Yeah. It's a Japanese pressing of a Xenakis composition. And it's done by Les Percussions de Strasbourg. So you'll notice, maybe it catches in the light, that the album is kind of shiny and stuff. Yeah. There's a whole series of these, and I'm looking to collect all of them. But Yanis Xenakis is like an idol of mine, absolute idol of mine. Avant-garde Greek composer. I mean, that's the good shit. All right. This should be interesting. I bought this based on the cover. The album is Nailbiter. It's a used record. I have no idea what to expect, but it's called Nailbiter. And it was not very expensive, and it looks like she's writing on Motorhead, Warpig. So I had to have it. No idea what to expect. But I will give this a listen. Good afternoon to Gary, FM Gary. Looks like he got his box from vinyljunkies.store. Well packed. Always well packed. Hey, we do it right. Actually, you know what? I got a record from Amazon also today, and it was not very well packed. Okay. Very important record that more than a few of you have requested. I was surprised. It's just one of those records that I've been looking for a long time and just finally found it. It's a band called Simond. Simond? Yeah, this is the good shit. This is some funk. You guys want some funk? Basically, tonight, what you do is, Sam, play some funk from your pile. I promise. I'm not going to miss. And if you're seeing stuff that you've never heard of before, just tell me what to play, because there's all sorts of music in here. We'll see what else. Ah, you remember I told you I needed more craft work? I fixed it. So I added another craft work to the VJ archive, Radioactivity. Always space for some more krautrock. This is one of the more interesting ones. It's from a label called Awesome Tapes from Africa. And I've never heard this artist. So this is a 100% blind pick, but I completely trust the label Awesome Tapes from Africa. It's Helu, Merga, and the Walias. The cover sold me. The fact that it's on Awesome Tapes from Africa is what sold me. So this is likely going to be a banger. Again, I mean, these are completely blind picks. So I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. The vast majority right now out of these, four out of 6 records I didn't know. Remember to ask me the Radiohead stuff I'm missing. Gonzalez. This is Chili Gonzalez. So those of you especially who watch the Sunday Mass, you've heard me play Chili Gonzalez before. It's absolutely sublime stuff that I love. So what I'm going to do is, I decided to buy another one. Because one Chili Gonzalez record wasn't enough. I needed 2. Oh, cool. Glad ecstatic. Amazon didn't damage your record, but it could have been damaged so easily. The record was in a regular, you know, those Purelator mailers, like not just like the regular mailers without any padding or anything. And the record itself was wrapped in a bit of bubble wrap. That record was just begging to be destroyed. I've had other records delivered from Amazon in a box with 2 puff things. You know, those air cushions on both sides, and the record's kind of at 45. Again, begging to be destroyed. You know who doesn't do that? VinylJunkies.store. You want your shit delivered to you properly by somebody who knows vinyl, and that's me? VinylJunkies.store. There's 52,000 records in there. I don't fuck around. We ship them properly. I know records. Made a life out of it, right? And been collecting them my whole life. Okay, so moving on. Another band from Montreal. Yes, Chili Gonzalez from Montreal, yes. Brand Van 3000. You've heard me play another album from Brand Van 3000 that's amazing. Okay, an album called Discosis. This is their first record. And actually, if I'm not wrong, I think Kid Koala is on this as well. Kid Koala's on this. And there's a song called Drinking in L.A. that's really popular, that was their big hit. This record is fucking unbelievable. I promise that this is a mind blower. Expect to hear just a song that's going to stick in your head. So one of you guys just ask for a song that'll stick in your head. This is the one. Okay, I'll play you Drinking in L.A. You'll see. Moving on. How many of the How many of the Radiohead fans are still around? Here it is. Moon-shaped pool. Moon-shaped pool. This is it. So I now seem to have all the records. Right? Yes, I'll do a video. Here we start getting into used stuff. Or some used stuff. There's some used, there's some new. This is a Motown single. How many of you know Rockwell? Sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me, and I got no privacy. Oh, yeah, bitch. Had to have it. Had to have that. I had to have that. I got it now. This is an album I've been missing for a long, long time. We just fixed the problem. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. This is an absolute cornerstone of West Coast hip-hop. So, yeah, dude, that Rockwell with Michael Jackson is absolutely beastly. I love it. Those of you who were talking about soundtracks, how many of you remember, how many are you from the 70s? You remember Airport 1975? Pretty bad movie with Charlton Heston. Yeah. I told you I collect soundtracks, right? So there was a used copy of Airport 1975, and, well, now I have it. Like, the 70s released a lot, like, there was a whole slew of disaster movies. The Burning, the Towering Inferno, Earthquake, everything, like, just all this kind of thing. And, yeah, the soundtracks. Oh, you want to know the composer? Yeah, give me just a sec. It's a blind pick, but I saw the movie, like, when I was a kid, so I had to have it. Music composed and conducted by John Kakavas. John Kakavas. I'm not familiar with the composer. Doesn't matter. Blind pick. Blind pick. I had to have it because now I need the other one, the blue one. Yeah. Sussurio's on this. One More Night. Don't Lose My Number. Take Me Home. Oh, fuck, Take Me Home. Great song. So, yeah. Finally added some Phil Collins to the collection. Now I need the blue one. What's the blue one called? Hello, I Must Be Going? Yeah, I need that too. This is the soundtrack to Hair. With Galt, that was written by Galt McDermott, who's just fucking awesome. Just awesome. So I'm glad to have it. You can tell by the psychedelic cover. You know, trippy. So now I got it. I think you know that I'm a big fan of the Go-Go's. When Talk Show shows up on vinyl, you pick them shits up immediately. This is now my third Go-Go's record. I'm still looking for God Bless the Go-Go's, which is also amazing. And there's a new one that just came out with a documentary And there's already a documentary, Behind the Music. Look up Behind the Music, the Go-Go's. It's phenomenal. So, talk show. Real happy to have it. Speaking of which, in the house, 20th anniversary edition. I have Niggas for Life. I needed this one. So now I have the 2 NWA albums and I got 100 Miles in Running. So for all intents and purposes, I have what I need. I have it all. If there's any extra songs, I mean, there's some extra songs over here. So maybe, but finally. I don't even remember the name of this band because I bought it completely blind. What the fuck does it say? Blood Incantation. Because I needed some metal. And I don't know what this sounds like either. I just bought it because I want some metal and I want to discover some metal, and I've seen a lot of very positive things about it. So, Blood Incantation, never heard it before. And finally, for some of you, La Pièce de Résistance. This is the Fantomas box set. This contains all of the Fantomas records, all of them. So, Fantomas, Director's Cut, Delirium Cordia, and Suspended Animation. Looking very forward to hearing this. There you go. Not too bad, eh? Didn't do too terribly. You gonna tune in for tonight's show? Goes on in 3.5 hours. Day 142 now of the virus broadcasts. I'm gonna get off camera for a little while. I got some listening to do. I got some deep-ass listening to do. See you guys a bit later, and for the Radiohead fans, thanks for tuning in. Later.